What is it? Why is it important? How do we practice it? If you want to live your best life, you need self-love. Kia ora, hi. My name is Anna, and today we are talking about self-love. I have depression and anxiety, and this year has been really challenging for me. So I want to take back control of my life, and my aim is to understand myself better, learn and grow holistically, so that I can be the best me that I can be. If that is something that you'd like to do too, please join me on this journey and subscribe. We've all heard that you can't love someone else until you love yourself first, or before you receive love and respect from others, you need to love and respect yourself. And from the Bible, treat thy neighbor as thyself. But the issue is a lot of us don't love ourselves. We find it easier to critique and point out our flaws, particularly women. We struggle with this. We are bombarded with messages that we aren't pretty enough, we aren't slim enough, we don't have the right curves, we aren't intellectual, rational, we don't deserve the same pay of men in the same job. Society doesn't foster a self-love environment. And while you stay in a place of self-loathing, you remain weak. In order to get the power to live your best life, we need to first learn to love ourselves. So what is it? What is it? What is it? So what is self-love? Self-love is a journey. It is a choice. It is something that we continually, consciously have to decide to put into practice. Self-love is valuing yourself, respecting yourself, understanding that you are worthy of love and respect, and that you alone are responsible for your own happiness. Self-love is self-focused. It's about how you think, feel, and act towards yourself. When you have self-love, you understand who you are at the core of your being, and you accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all. Having self-love means that you're not looking to others to complete you. You understand that you are whole, independent of anyone else. Self-love is something that no one except you can give or take it away. Some misconceptions about self-love is that it is selfish or narcissistic. But self-love isn't about comparison or bringing others down or bragging about how amazing you are to everybody, even if it's true. It's about you and your relationship with yourself. So what if I don't have self-love? When you don't have self-love, we do things that invalidate ourselves, put ourselves last. We strive to get constant praise from others because we don't have the inner love inside of ourselves. We do things out of guilt, fear of rejection, to please others, or to simply avoid a conflict. Without self-love, you convey to others and yourself that you accept very little and that you aren't a priority. When we don't have self-love, we often tolerate mistreatment by others, engage in negative self-talk and harming behaviors that ultimately restrict us from becoming our best self and living the life that we desire. Without self-love, we will search for external things or people to fill that gap that only self-love can fill. So we will remain unhappy and continue to make unhealthy choices. Why is self-love important? Self-love is essential to living your best life. When trying to find love, success, or happiness, self-love is the foundation upon which it is built. Self-love enables us to achieve our goals easier, to put in place appropriate boundaries, and to make healthy choices for ourselves. When we practice self-love and act with kindness, love, respect, and compassion for ourselves, it sets an expectation for how we want others to treat us. When we have self-love, it helps us to be resilient. It empowers us to make decisions because we follow our heart. We don't need validation from others or rely on them to complete us. What are the benefits of self-love? We choose things that nurture our well-being, like eating healthy and taking time for ourselves, exercising and having healthy relationships. Self-love enables us to follow our own path, our own intuition, our own goals and dreams. Over the years, we get told how we should look, what we should think, who we can and can't date, what we need to achieve in order to be successful in life. But you are the only one that gets to live your life. So in order to live your best authentic life, a life of happiness and fulfillment, we need to turn down the external noise and start listening to our own heart and desires and take action. Self-love helps us to be happier, which enables us to be a better parent, friend, partner, colleague, and all the other roles that there are. When you have love and respect for yourself, you don't need others to tell you that you are good enough. You know that you are enough. Oh, I love you, I love you. How do we do it? I love you, Anna. We show self-love by taking care of our well-being, our mind and our body. Firstly, you should know that self-love will take time and practice. And we will have some down days, but don't beat yourself up. You are human. Show yourself some compassion and kindness and keep moving forward. We practice self-love by taking time for ourselves to recharge and fill up our tank so that we can show up and be the best versions of ourselves. This is often referred to as self-care. When we do something for ourselves, it can create a shift and move us in a positive direction. Self-care can be anything. It can be reading a book under a tree, binging some YouTube, singing and dancing in the mirror and pretending you're a rock star. Anything that brings you joy and is for you and no one else. Self-love is going inward and doing some meditation, yoga, or prayer. Getting into a space where you are connected with yourself and the universe. Self-love is listening to yourself and nurturing your self-awareness and acceptance. Another way we practice self-love is by implementing and enforcing boundaries. Healthy boundaries around relationships is very powerful in communicating your self-love. We need to look out for our own well-being. If someone were to say, what don't you like about yourself? We find it so easy to rattle off a million things. But when someone says, what do you like about yourself? We often find this question very difficult. Well, at least I do. So it's really beneficial to tell yourself what you think is awesome about you. Write a list and put it on your mirror or your screensaver or somewhere where you frequently see it. When we're more positive about ourselves, we are more confident and opportunities come our way. Focus on the wins, the small things that went well in the day. Practice gratitude and be thankful. When you can name and focus on the good, you start to notice that it shows up more and more. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you found something useful to encourage you on your own self-love journey. Remember, you are an amazing, unique human, and you are so special. As always, I appreciate you and your time to watch this video. I truly hope that it serves you well. See you next time.